Hi, this is Mrs. Piazza, your child's French or Spanish teacher for the year that's coming. This is a presentation I prepared for tonight's back to school night. I'm going to show it to you. Then if you have any questions afterwards, you can ask. This is my email address. You're free to email me at any time. I answer most emails, even after school. Um, so if you have questions or your child has questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, especially if your child is not sure of something and has a question. My advisory, well, we don't have advisory yet, but when we do, I believe it will be Block 3B. Freshmen need to be on a transition list to come in for extra help. Sophomores and up can just come in. My advisory period is a half hour of where students can come in and make up extra work, get extra help, make up quizzes, etc. I would strongly encourage them to use this advisory block. And even now, when we're on a hybrid schedule, they can come in to the computer. They can come in on Google Meet, and I can meet with them virtually in the afternoons if they have questions or if they want to go over something. I'm more than happy to meet with them. All classes have a Google Classroom web page, announcements, homework, upcoming quizzes, notes, study guides, and anything else I think of will be posted there. Parents are invited to join. In fact, most of the parents have been invited. If you haven't gotten an invitation and want one, please, again, reach out to me by email, and I can send you an invitation. Your child is already signed up, and it's an invaluable tool. They really need to make use of the Google Classroom. Grading is 60% assessments, 20% practice work, and 20% participation. Assessments would be quizzes, tests, projects, speaking tests, anything that I feel would go into the assessment category that assesses their skills. It would be a formative or a summative assessment. Practice work is more like what we used to call homework, only I give them time in class to work on it. So if they don't get it finished in class, then it becomes homework, but then that's their choice to do it. Homework or practice work, whatever you want to call it, will be given most days. Some days no, but most of the time I try to give an assignment or two to reinforce what we've learned in the classroom. Participation is worth 20% of their grade. As this is a language class, it's very important that they participate. Even in the hybrid sessions, when students are home, I'm checking to make sure they're participating. It's very important. They need to speak whatever language they're taking, French or Spanish, as much as possible to be on task. And then I calculate their participation grade, and I will show you how I do that in a minute. Homework or practice work. Students will almost always have time. Sometimes I don't, but almost every class I give them time to at least start the work so that I'm there to help them with it if they have questions. If it is not completed in class, then they will have to finish it at home. It is due by the date posted on the website or Google Classroom. I can't stress this enough that it needs to be timely. If it's handed in a day late, it will receive half credit. Later than that, I probably will not take it. I can't say definitely. There are always extenuating circumstances, but it gets to be way too much with kids just handing in homework anytime they feel like it late, and it's just hard to keep up with it. So it has to be handed in on time for full credit. This is the participation rubric. This is what I use. Every class, everybody in the World Language Department uses some form of this. It has 5 letters, and each letter is worth 10 points. So they can get, each letter is worth 2 points. So they can get 10 points a day. The P is for prompt and prepared, meaning they're on time. They have all their work. They have all their utensils that they need. I, they're involved in the class. They're paying attention, raising their hand, participating. C, this conduct or behavior, meaning that I don't have to ask them to stop talking or disrupting the class in some other way, getting out of their seats. T is for technology. It used to be for texting, but cell phones now must be placed in a cell phone pocket for the duration of the class. And the O is for off task, meaning if I give them a task to do in the classroom where they have to speak Spanish or French, they're actually doing that and they're giving it their best shot. They're not just handing it over to their friend and saying, here, sign this, or just asking questions in English. Speaking the target language is really important. That's what's going to help them be successful in the class. This column here is for attendance, and then up here is where I write the homework. If I have to, it's all online now, so I don't really have to write in homework too much anymore. Cell phones. Cell phones are placed, I used to have something I called the Hotel Cellophonia, but because of circumstances this year, I have purchased a different cell phone holder where they can come in one at a time, place it in there, and then take their seats. And the same thing at the end of class. I call them by rows. They go up and get their cell phone while maintaining social distance, and they get their cell phone, and then they can return to their seats and get ready to leave. Unauthorized use of a cell phone is not allowed. They're not allowed to text during class or take pictures. I might give them time to use their phones at my discretion. Maybe if there's an extra 5-10 minutes left in class, I'll let them get their phones at that point and do what they need to do. French 1 is a brand new program this year. They're using this book called Entrée Culture. It's a great program. We really like it. My French students all seem to be absolutely brand new at French, so we're starting from the ground up. It's great. It's a great class, and I'm really happy with them. Spanish 2, same book. Again, this is another new curriculum this year. We stayed with the same publishing company because we really like this program. It really promotes communication and language proficiency. Spanish 3, we're using Descubre. Their website is vhlcentral.com. They have created their own usernames and passwords. Practice work, homework will primarily be on this website. I use this for almost everything that I do with them. Even quizzes and tests are given on this online on this website. Spanish National Honor Society. Students that are interested in this must pass Spanish 3 with an A, and they must then enroll in Spanish 4.